Alright, how's it going, guys? So, I have been working on getting a crusher and a shredder built, and I have started on a centrifuge, technically two centrifuges, but I finally have everything done for the large crusher. So, we have that. And we switch all of these around, and that'll give us the large shredder. And we can pull these out of here, because now we need to make I already made the crusher wheels, which is just diamonds, tungsten gears, and robust casings. Now we need to make the shredder blades, which is diamond plates, which we had to use the tier 2 saw over there to do. But if we do this, like that, that goes there, and I had just enough diamonds to get this done. Now we need to change that out from walls and make that robust casings. And now we can pull out all 18 of these that we need. So I pop in that last one. There we go. Alright, so now if I grab these two sets of walls, we should have everything we need to get them built. And we do not have enough room because these multi-blocks are huge. We don't have enough room here. Even if I pulled all of this out, that would be enough room for like 2 of them. And we've got crusher, centrifuge, and then ore washer, centrifuge, and then shredder. So first off, we're doing the crusher, and this one is a 5x5. That goes in the center here, and then we fill out all the rest of this with walls. I went way too far back, I do believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think my mouse is messing up again. Crusher, 5x5 by 3 basin, so that's a 5x5 square, 3 high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that, and then I hate it when it does that. Alright, there is a water pipe here that's going to be a little bit annoying I have to deal with. And I actually forgot that the power went in on the side of this thing. So we're going to have to be careful about that. Alright, so crusher wheels. Once we get this all done, which we're almost done, we need to fill this thing with these wheels. Like that. And then these last 2. And now it should say it is ready to go. Produce whenever there's space, access accepts input on all items, input slots. Output is enabled. Output of fluids enabled. There is no fluids. Structure is formed correctly. So that is it right there. And the input for this is any top block. So you'll see there, main body centrifuge, on-side bottom where we have it. Input only at crusher wheels. Output at bottom layer. So that means that I'm going to put a hopper up here on the top. Stupid elevator. That's going to get really annoying really quickly. Cover that up for a moment. I'm not going to need to come up here because we will have a pipe that'll lead from there. I decided to put them down here. One, for space reasons, but also because this is where we drop everything off. And I'm going to put a thing there so any of our raw ores will automatically get sent right into the crusher there. So that'll take care of it. We can input from either side, this one or this one, and I will be putting it in on this side because we're going to be having the sluice go right here, which we don't have made yet. That's going to be my one of my next projects. But right now, we're going to get the shredder in, which is exactly the same thing, basically. It's the same shape. 5 by 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And we fill this all out on either side. And then all of this. And this one, I believe, is powered right there on the back, I think, if I remember correctly. But let's go ahead and get the shredder blades. They come in here in the center, just like the crusher did. Alright, and it is formed correctly, and nope, it comes in on the side as well. But luckily, these are the end, so we can have the inputs on the outsides. I know the centrifuge is the bottom center, and I believe the sluice is the back. Sluice part, large sluice. Energy in. It doesn't actually say where the power goes, but I'm almost positive, because you always have to put it in at this port. I'm almost positive that's back center on it, so we'll be fine with that. Again, our output will come out right here. This is an automatic output right here. And so, same thing with that one. And these can take anywhere from 512 to 4096. And I want to use diesel engines because they're going to be the most efficient for anything that is fuel-based. And I happened to make an extra one of these diesel engines out of iridium the other day, and it just happens to be 512. So that's what we're going to use for the shredder, at least for now. So that's going to go like that. And we now just need to get this fluid going in there. So I need to see about some pipes. And it has been a long time since I hooked one of these up. I actually do not remember if this thing automatically shuts off the adjacent, like the single blocks do. I would actually be amazed if they did. So I will probably have to do a possible for it. And then run some redstone to it. Red cable to it. It looks like I don't have any more rubber piping. Do I have any plastic pipe left in here? I do. So we're going to use that. That might actually be just enough. And then I gotta get the stuff that needs to be shredded down here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that will connect. I'm going to go ahead and go make a redstone switch just to see if it's going to turn it off. I don't remember if it does. That lever, do I have any? I do. That and tin cable. Automatic machine switch. Do I have any? Seriously, where is all of my ultimate pipes? I swore I still had some ultimate pipes. There they are. I thought I had some. Somehow they got put in the wrong bag. Alright, so we need to connect up to basically this pipe right here, because this is where everything goes into the system of things over here. Well, actually, we can just connect it back here. All these other things don't need to be connected to this pipe. So we just need to go into where this is. So basically shut those back off. And this is our thing here, which if I do this, that puts us right to where all the diamonds and gems are. We will be right behind that. Oops, that's wrong. Block. And then I turn around and fall in the hole. That makes perfect sense. Alright, so let's cut this out. We can put that there. And just trying to think of how I want to connect to that up there. I guess I'll go across the floor here. Basically under the floor. And behind the gems here. Because if I remember correctly, that was like 2 blocks behind the wall. So I do believe if I come back here and I go up here. Okay, so we need to go back another one. And where is the shredder? It's on this one. Go ahead and take that out back to there. Alright, so that's where we want to go up, which is right where this pipe is. And we're going to go up right behind that. And then we can connect right up to that one right there, which should connect us to the entire network. I'm going to have to make some more ultimate pipes, I'm sure. I'm quite sure 36 is not going to be enough for this. Luckily, I have lots of it already made over there. So we want to come down one more pipe and then just straight across here. Oh, we're going to get, if not there, we're going to get really close. Alright, that goes there. And right there, so that works. And we got 2 left over. Not bad. I'm definitely going to have to make some more after this, but that's fine. Alright, so we got the output done. Put the automatic machine switch on there. And if I go ahead and connect this up, I can see if it's working. And it's not. Okay. There is fuel inside there. There is fuel inside there. So yes, that will shut that off. Now, when I decide to up this, which eventually I will do so, I'll probably make like 8 of these to put on there. Or once we get to the higher tier stuff for our reactor, we'll run it through that. But now, basically, what we want to do is cut the power off here, or cut the fuel off there. So that's not going to output anymore. Our input is this here, which is coming from all the different things. So we want to run basically for right now this down to that shredder, and I am pretty sure I do not have anywhere near enough pipes for that. And then I want to get all of this stuff down there, which I'm going to go ahead and grab a few of these things and take them down just so we can see it actually work. So throw that in there. It'll do the entire stack at one time. And it is running. You can see it's green. The motor's going. So it runs them in parallel. So if we look at the block, it says, can be overclocked without additional energy loss. Efficiency is 50%, which means that it has one overclocking charge to start with, basically. So you're overclocking the recipe one time, and then just speeding it up the rest of the way. So, but it also, up to 64x processed per run. So it does an entire stack at one time, which is why we're using ultimate pipes for sure, because we're going to get a ton out of this at one time. So when you run that into a shredder, you're going to get a full dust, a small dust, a tiny dust, and a 1/72nd dust. So we're doing an entire stack, so we're going to have an entire stack, an entire 4 stacks come out of this thing. So you want to use at least something that can do 4 stacks. But when you're doing something like chipped redstone or just about any other ore, it's going to go way faster. It's only taking this long because it's a tungsten-based ore. These things in a shredder typically take 70 seconds to run. So this should take 140 seconds because it's 50% efficiency loss. But then multiply that or divide that by, let's see, so basically it would be, take it from 16 to 32 to 64, because it's 4 times the speed for twice the power, or 4 times the power, twice the speed. So it should be, if it's overclocked one time, it should be 64 EU a tick divided into 512. So however many times 64 goes into 512, which is 128, 256, 512. So that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it should be 6. So it should be that divided by 6. But it'll be done here in just a second. And I will, somebody else can figure out the math. I'm not good at figuring all this out. I just know it's supposed to be 1 overclock charge. And then sped up after that. Okay, so there we go. That's done. Now we throw an entire stack of those in there. And this should go way faster. Although it... Oh, did we put that second? Yeah, we did. we put that second one in there, so duh, because it was sitting there. It gets 8 when you put it in. So yeah, it's going to be another long one. But anyways, while that gets that done, is this thing turned off? Yes, it is now turned off. And I'm going to lose whatever one it was doing. So I'm going to lose 1 wolframite if I don't let it finish. I'm going to go ahead and stick something in there that it cannot do. And turn that back on really quick because I want to save as much fuel as I can. And then let this thing finish. I didn't know it could go through those. Well, that's interesting. Oh, it can shred those too. Well, crud. Can you shred this? No, you cannot shred a charger. Please don't shred my charger. I really don't want it to shred my charger. Good, it stopped. Okay, so there still is some fuel in there, but it got everything done. That's the important part. So now we can pull this out of here. We can pull this out of here. And we'll go ahead and pull that out so it'll just stop. Because we don't need it running. And then I can actually get this to open, drop these back off into there, and now I can use one of these hoppers to hopper out of this system down into that shredder. But now this gives us the shredder we needed for over here. Because what we were doing was the fluoride here needs to be shredded. So now I can set this shredder up over here somewhere, obviously not there, and we can shred our fluoride and finish setting up this system, and that shredder will run way faster down there for all this tungsten stuff that we're going to be doing now. So I just need to get some more pipes made and get this piped down there to that shredder. Now let me come back down because this thing should be just about done, which it is. Just about done. Tungsten stuff takes forever. Luckily, it's, a stack at a time, so. And that's the thing with this. You do not want this to run like one at a time, because it's very inefficient. But if I put that in there, it's just done. So, way better. I'll go ahead and throw that in, let it get it done. And the crusher is the same way as the shredder. It does up to 64 at a time. So when we start using this, which we don't have anything that needs to be crushed right now, I actually have my crusher turned off. But that means we can also get rid of all of this, and we can start moving these downstairs and start automating that up once we get the sluice done and the centrifuges, which I believe I have enough. I think it's approximately 4.5 stacks to do a centrifuge. So I need that. And then I need one more stack and a half, basically. Or 2 more stacks of tungsten steel. And then I'll be able to get both centrifuges we need done, because we're basically going to be getting rid of both of these centrifuges. We're going to have the regular ore one, and then we're also going to have this one that does the sluice juice. So we need to have 2 centrifuges for this ore processing setup. Now the sluice, luckily, does not take tungsten steel. It takes titanium. And it's going to take a bunch of it. But I have tons of... Why am I jumping on the elevator? It doesn't go up when you're on the top floor. But we have tons of titanium. We've got 6,000 titanium. So I will start getting the stuff put together for that. And get the stuff for the 2 centrifuges done. And we'll come back next time. I'll make a bunch more ultimate pipes, which I have plenty of ultimate here to do so. We'll just throw 3 stacks in and make 3 more stacks. I might actually have to make some more here soon. But we'll go ahead and make 3 more stacks of pipes and start getting all of this set up next time, or shortly thereafter. I'm not sure. We might do the fluorite stuff next, so we can get that done, because we need to get that wolfenite is that what it's called? I always forget the way that's pronounced. Fluorite in a mixer, calcium sulfate, wolstenite. We need to get the wolstenite processing stuff done so we can get the fluorine back out of our fluorite that's going into our uranium processing. And then I also have done some mining and went and got some bastanite. So we need to get that set up as well. Processing that down. There's our bastanite. And if you look, this is a electrolyzer recipe. 84 gives oxygen and fluorine, along with carbon and serum. And because it is MD, that means we can run it through our regular MD electrolyzer up here, except that means we got to do some fluid piping stuff to get this over to the fluorine, because as of right now we don't have a spot for it to be stored. in here. We have chlorine, oxygen, hydrogen. Ignore that hydrochloric acid. That's not in that pipe. That is because it's connected to this, and one of these is running. That one. But we have everything else set up but the fluorine, so we'll have to get that pipe ran. We'll probably do that in the next one, so we can start getting that done and setting up that shredder, deciding what we're doing with the calcium sulfate that we already have, because we already have this mixer over here that is running our fluorite dust. There's no real reason to run one of these over there and this one over here, so I either need to move this one over there, or we need to connect from over there to over here, and then the calcium sulfate back over there for that. So I got to figure out what I'm doing with that. But yeah, we're making some progress. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, let me know. And I will see you guys next time. Later.